I'm back again. I'm trying to figure out how to get all this glare off this camera. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how to do this. Maybe somebody will tell me eventually, or I'll just have all my videos looking like a dummy. I guess that's what we're doing. That, or I don't see the whole time and I just talk and be blind, and I don't really want to do that. So, well, here we go. Back again. I'm Franny, and I'm just here to tell a story, be a storyteller, I guess. Document some of my journey here on this planet, on this earth, whatever, my journey here. Document some of this things I've been through for my children and my grandchildren, and maybe some other people who want to hear about it and go along with, I don't know. A lot of things I've been through for the past several years, people tell me I inspire them. I don't know how. I really don't. All I know is I've been trying not to leave this earth, trying to just stay here, to continue to be a mama and a granny, and because I don't want to leave. And everybody's like, "Oh, you're such an inspiration," which I don't understand. So that's what I'm doing. It's here to tell a story. Oh my goodness. I guess we'll tell this story. I have horrible migraines. Horrible. Approximately 4 years ago, I started having severe right shoulder pain. I couldn't figure out what was wrong with my shoulder. Couldn't move my arm very well. So I go to the doctor. I didn't look at him. Well, let's look at your neck. I had a mass. Some kind of odd looking mass on my spinal cord. Right at they call it C1 level, which is at like the base of your skull, where your spinal cord leaves your brain, on your brain stem. It's putting some pressure on it, putting on a nerve that goes down your arm. I said, well, let's do some physical therapy, see if that doesn't help you. It's not that bad. It doesn't look like it's that big of a problem. It's kind of like on the bone. Looks like it might be some arthritis. Let's just do some physical therapy, see if that doesn't help. Go to physical therapy. It does help. I'm good. Okay, yeah. I'm feeling okay. Go back to normal life, being a mama, nurse, busy. Stops hurting. Go about my business. All of a sudden, it comes back with a vengeance. I literally can't lift that arm. Go back to the doctor. The original doctor I had seen had left the practice. I had went up north from where I live to a bigger hospital, about 2 hours north of where I live, to a bigger city hospital. And he had left his practice, but I saw someone else, and they're like, yeah, you need surgery. Your spinal cord is compressed severely. We need to go in there and do surgery. But we don't do that here. You have to have more specialized care because our ICUs are not equipped for that. What? Scared the crap out of me. I was like, okay. So I'm searching around. Well, in the meantime, so during all this time that it had been growing, it had affected a lot of things in my body that I didn't know about. And being at the base of my brain, pushing on my brain stem. Brain stem controls a lot of things in your body. Kind of like the control center for your body, your autonomic nervous system. So the things that automatically happen in your body, like your heart and beating and your breathing and all that fun stuff, digestion, bladder, all kind of fun stuff. Well, it just kept growing, and in that I was diabetic, and my diabetes was getting worse. I was getting sicker, and this mass was growing really fast. And I couldn't do anything about it. It didn't matter what I did. I couldn't lose weight. It didn't matter what I did. My body was not in control of itself. That little mass, well, big mass, was taking over. And I couldn't do anything about it. So pretty much within a year, I essentially became quadriplegic, which means I couldn't do much from the neck down. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't walk. I was in the bed. I had to be taken care of pretty much around the clock. I couldn't hardly do anything for myself. I was falling all the time. My body was not working. I could barely lift my arms. I could barely do anything. And my body was just not doing what it was supposed to do at all. And I went and saw a surgeon, specialized surgeon. He was like, yes, we absolutely need to do surgery. I cannot do surgery on you with your A1C as high as it is. Your diabetes is too bad for me to do surgery on you. You will not heal. I can't fix my diabetes because this this mass is making my body not cooperate. He said, you need to have gastric bypass surgery to have this neck surgery. So essentially, that mass in my neck was killing me, and I couldn't have it removed unless I had bypass surgery. Like, it's catch-22, right? And I don't think I could say that word. That mass was trying to take me out, and there was nothing I could do about it. So, here in my hometown, like I said, I lived 2 hours south from where I needed to have the neck surgery done. We have a local bariatric surgeon. So I started the process, which takes 9 months to have bariatric surgery. I started the process to have a duodenal switch, which is a type of weight loss surgery. I did 9 months with that, got ready to have the surgery, and the surgeon said, I can't do your surgery because your neck is too bad. Are you kidding me? I just wasted 9 months of my life doing all this to get certified to get eligible to have the surgery, and now you can't do it? And at this point, that mass has gotten even worse. So then I got to go north again and start all over. 9 more months to get pre-certified with a different surgeon. And this time it was for gastric bypass surgery. They weren't doing a duodenal switch. They were going to do a gastric bypass. So another 9 months to go through all that process again to get qualified to have gastric bypass so I can get this mass removed off my brainstem, or off my C1. And I'm convinced our healthcare system is designed to anyway, I finally was eligible and had my gastric bypass surgery on March 14th, 2024. My weight that day was 309 pounds. I then qualified. Oh, well, and then that surgery went great. No problem, no issue. After that, though, nightmares began. But this whole situation is nightmares. So I don't even know. But that surgery was excellent. I had nothing but great things to say. I had that surgery was done at Barnes Jewish Hospital in St. Louis, Missouri, and they were absolutely amazing. I have not had a bad experience at that hospital, and I've had multiple surgeries done there, and they are just absolutely amazing. I love them, the staff. I have never had a doctor, nor a nurse, nor anything done there that was not absolutely amazing. Highly recommend their facility. Just wonderful. But they're 2 hours away from where I live, and that drive on someone like me I am disabled, and I don't drive, and I have to have someone drive me, and I have to sit in a vehicle, and I cannot sit for very long, and I hurt, and it takes me a week to recover from taking essentially like a day trip, because to go there and come back, and turns into 6-8 hour up all day. My body can't handle it. I have to have a recover. It takes me a week to recover from going to the doctor visit 2 hours away from home. I mean, literally. But oh my goodness. So anyway, this mass on my neck, that was the beginning of an absolute nightmare. But as you can tell, I am not a paraplegic. I do have some range of motion, not a whole lot, but I do have range of motion. I can walk. I do walk. I am able to use the restroom. I do have a suprapubic catheter, which is a semi-permanent. I have a catheter in my stomach, in my abdomen. I can't talk. In my abdomen. So there's a tube in my stomach that goes into my bladder that drains urine, because my bladder is not communicating with my brain very well to empty all the way. I do have that tube. I just had a new one placed, actually, November 19th. So just last month. Because my other one, I got it out because I was doing good, and now I had to get it again. I don't know why my body is being like that again, but excuse me. But I had to have a new one put in. But I can walk. I'm just real wobbly still, very off balance. I have migraines all the time, a lot. I hurt. My neck hurts. My back hurts. My legs hurt. I've had a lot of surgeries. Like I said, I'm starting this story slow, but there's so much to it. There's so many levels of it, and I don't want to complain. I don't want to, it's so hard to remember everything because there's so much that's going on. But that mass, we started with that bypass, and I finally got that mass removed October 3rd of 2024. So it's been a little over a year that I had that mass removed. And I want to, I don't know if I'm supposed to say, if I'm allowed to say his name, but that doctor was an angel sent from God, because the visit I had with him, the last visit I had with him before that surgery, I was in that chair and I was in tears, because I told him, I just knew I wasn't going to make it to the surgery. I knew I wasn't. I could barely move. Like, I could barely move. I could barely talk. I absolutely knew I was not going to make it. By that point, I had been in the ICU, I don't know how many times. I had flatlined, I don't know how many times. I kept having out-of-body experiences because my heart rate would go so low because of that mass pushing on my brainstem, and my breathing and my heart rate going so low that I was leaving my body in preparation. And I did not. Woo, my phone's trying to leave the room. But I did not think I was gonna be able to. What is wrong with this thing? I did not think I was gonna make it to that surgery. I really didn't, and I don't think anybody else did either. And we prayed that I would. We all prayed that I would. We had everybody praying that I would. But I don't think any of us thought I would. So at that last visit before I saw him, I had my oldest daughter with me. She's, oh my God, she's amazing. And I love her. But she's one of these ones that, you know, fact-based. Okay, look, this is how it is. You know, science. This is science-based here. And I'm like, you know what, though? She was with the doctor. He's like, you know, these are surgical risks. Here's, you know, he had to tell me surgical risk because that's his job. And I told him, I said, you know what? My God heals. And I looked at her. And I looked at him and his PA. And I said, you know what? My God heals. And my God is going to work through your specialized hands. And you're going to heal me. And that's the end of it. And so he gives me a high five and a fist bump. And we say, okay, we're going to proceed forward. And I was scheduled for the Wednesday, I believe, following Memorial Weekend. I think Memorial Weekend's in September. Is that right? My brain might be messed. But anyway, and they canceled it. They canceled my appointment. I had our hotels booked, everything already booked. They canceled it like the Tuesday, like the morning. We were getting ready. We were literally packed on our way up there, and they canceled it. And I said, I think he just wanted some extra vacation time. He didn't want to come home from his vacation. I don't know. Anyway, and I ended up in the ICU. I coded and ended up in the ICU. I was so angry. I was so mad. But anyway, I ended up, then they rescheduled, and I ended up going in on October 3rd, 2024. And I had the surgery. And he did. God worked through him. Used his hands. Worked through him. Was able, I believe he said 10 hours. Removed that mass off my spinal cord. Off my brain's. Oh my God, I can't talk. Removed that mass, which was on C1. I think he said it was 10 hours. He removed that. And then I am fused. So I have screws and hardware from C1 to T2 in my neck and my thoracic spine. I will see if I have, I don't know how to put pictures and stuff like that in, but the next time I'll try and do all that. It is absolutely amazing and terrifying and disgusting and weird, and I don't know how else, but he did. He healed me because he said to me, he said, I cannot guarantee you. He said, all I can say is that you won't get worse, or hopefully not get worse. Because, I mean, I could have even been, you know, I couldn't even guarantee I was going to wake up off the table, you know, like, but he did. I was able to walk. After that surgery, I was able to walk. I have pictures of me getting up out the bed the first time, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh, it was amazing, it was so great. It was absolutely horrid. Oh my God. For the first 3 weeks, probably, I thought I made the worst decision of my entire life. I thought I should have just let it, oops, excuse me. I still have these pains that go into my head. But I thought I made the worst decision of my life, because that recovery pain was no joke. And like I said, I still have pain. I still have pain on daily. And I don't take pain medication. I've never been one for that kind of stuff. It just doesn't, I don't self-medicate with anything. I don't, probably was in the wrong profession for that kind of stuff either, because that's not what I do. I don't drink. I don't smoke things. That's just not, I don't do that. But I hurt. So here we are. My husband's so generous, and he will give me massages quite often because I get knots real bad, and I'll be laying here. He has to help me with that because I'll be in tears, and I get professional massages. Wish I could do them all the time. I used to be able to do them on a monthly basis. I had to. There was no way I could not. Now, not so much because of my neck. It's not as comfortable. It doesn't help as much. I don't know what I'm trying to say. It used to help more before I had my neck done. Now it's not. It doesn't feel as good professionally because they can't. I like deep muscle, and they can't do that with my hardware and stuff now because it hurts too bad. But anyway, I don't know. This video's all over the place. That's my brain though. My brain is all over the place. Bits and pieces and bits and all the other stuff. But I guess, I don't know, I guess we pick up next time where I left off this time. I don't know. Like I said, I'm doing this because I was told to do this by somebody upstairs, and if I'm the only one watching it, or my children, or my grandchildren, or if it's just to keep track of the things I keep forgetting, that's what it is. But it is what it is. Good to meet you.